Hey there, how are y'all doing today? This is Lisa with L&J's Handmade Creations, and I was sitting here working on a wreath, and I just thought I would hop on and do it with y'all. So what I'm doing today is I am working on a cross wreath here, and this is a board that I got from Unique in the Crate. They have all kinds of boards like this. It's made out of plastic and they're so easy to work with, and I really like using this kind of board. And another thing I'm going to tell you I like about these boards is these are made from recycled yogurt containers and things like that, and so they're doing something good with our trash, and making something we can reuse out of it. So but what I'm going to be doing is using this white iridescent mesh, and because it is a thin type mesh, being that it is iridescent, I'm going to be using all of the hose on this board. So I will preload this board and with y'all and show you exactly how to use one of these boards, and go over that with you. And I'm also in the process of cutting my mesh right now. I was just sticking a few on there just to kind of get an idea of how many that I'm going to need, because it is thin. So I'm cutting this using a wood burner. This is the Weller wood burner, and I got this from Amazon. And this package actually comes with a lot of tips, but I like to use the chisel tip here. And I like it because the way it's made, it cuts really good, and the heat is dispersed evenly as you're going through it. So I'm cutting these at 10-inch pieces. This row is 10 inches wide, so I'm going to make a square by doing it at 10 inches in length too. So let me just get started here. And what I'm doing is I have a glass cutting board under this, and also when you're using a wood burner, you want to make sure that you are using like a mask in a well ventilated area, maybe a fan blowing on you or something like that, just to keep the smoke and stuff out of your face, because this stuff does have chemicals in it, and it will put the chemical off in your face. So I'm just cutting this right down. I'm staying right in between the lines here. And I don't want to go too fast because I want to give it time to kind of seal it. If you whip through it, it's less likely to seal the edges. And I'm not saying this will make it perfect. By all means, it does not. But it does help make it stay a tad bit better. And it keeps it from fraying as much. This mesh here, this kind of stuff, is one of my least favorite things to work with because of the fraying and because of the stiffness that it has. The way it's harder to work with, but this is what I had that has an iridescent to it, and I wanted to use it with this because I wanted that white iridescent look with this. I'm going to be also doing a few florals in the center of this rose, and kind of make it fancier a little bit. I clip mine down and hold it down so I can see how I'm doing this a little bit better, and just that way I can have a straighter line to try to keep it as straight as possible. This type of mesh stuff here, it's hard to get a straight line a lot of times because of the little pieces in it that moves around. So that's why I like to hold it down to try to give it that extra to be able to have it straight. So alright, I've got to cut 60 total here. The board actually is 66, but I had 6 on there, so I got to cut 60. So I'm going to pause right here, and I'll come back and show you how I'm folding them. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to load my board, and show you exactly how I do that. Now this board is actually labeled 1 through, I think that is 12. 1 through 12, and it has the numbers here on the top of the board for you to see that. And then the cross part here is lettered A through H, so you know what rows you're working on and everything. But like I said, because this is thin, I think I'm going to be using every row as of right now. If I change that, I'll let you know. But what I'm doing is I am simply you just go here. Now this has 2 sets, actually what looks like sets, separate sets there. And I'm going to go down and into the first one. And then I'm just going to close my zip tie just a little bit like that right there. Hope y'all can see that. Just a little bit. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to these 2 holes here that will be shared. And I'm going to do the same thing in the middle. Like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the outside 2 holes. So it's like it ends up with 3 sets of holes here, even though 2 of them are being shared. And that's how I load this board. Now I'm going to do that all the way up. I'll do a couple more on here. Just like that. Having this preloaded makes, when you are putting your pieces in, especially if you have them pre-folded, go really quick. It's just the prep that takes the most time. Just going to go all the way up the board that way, and I'm going to go all the way across the board that way. So I'm going to finish preloading this, and I will be right back with you. Okay, so I got my board loaded, and now I'm just going to make up some of the petals that I'm putting in. Now I'm using some rubber bands here, as I made some up, but you don't have to. If you want to just make it and put it straight in the board, you can do that. But I have some white ones here that I'm going to use. But again, this here, you won't see these, so it doesn't matter if you use the color or not, but that'll be enough for now. So this is just a simple petal. And what I do is you put it curl side up like this right here, and then you're going to have your finished edge up here at the top and at the bottom, and you're just going to bring your corner from your right side up to the left, match that best that you can. Again, this mesh here is not the easiest to work with, and then I'm just going to gather right at the center just like this. Just like that, and I'm going to fold it together, and it's going to make what looks like a set of wings there, just like that. And I'm going to take my rubber band and just put around the end of it so that it's made, and I can just insert it in a few minutes. Do a couple more real quick. Curl side up, finish top, finish bottom, right corner to top left corner. I was recently told that I talk too much, and I didn't quite know what to say to that, but you know, I'm me. Everybody needs to do them. They need to each be your own. Don't let somebody tell you that just because it's something they don't like about you, you shouldn't have to apologize for that. And I won't do that. So I may talk a little much, but it's the way for me to get what I'm doing across in the way that I feel that I'm explaining it correctly to everyone. So, but anyway, all right, we're going to gather right at the center. Fold it again to make it look like a set of wings. Get my rubber band. About, I'd say that's probably about, a half an inch on the end of it. That fold did not fold even, so let me redo that one. I want the points to be even. All right. Okay, and there's our little petal, what looks like a set of wings to me. Okay, I'm going to do one more on here. Alright, lower right corner. Oops. Curl side up. Finish at the top and the bottom. Lower right corner up to the upper left corner. Is how I fold it. If you're left-handed, you may do it different. So, make it as even as possible. And I'm going to gather right up the center. Fold it. And I'm going to put my rubber band around it. Just like so. Okay, I'm going to finish getting these here prepped that I have here. And then I'll come back and show you how I'm loading it. Okay. So I'm back to ready to load the board, and I have all of my little petals already made up here like this, and this is the easiest thing. I am just going about halfway in. You can see right here, about halfway up each one, and just pull my zip tie tight. And I'm keeping everything going the same way, where I have this finished side here, and I've got the finished side over here. So that's the way I'm going to keep it. Right here in the middle. And then here on the outside. I use my pliers here to tighten a little bit, but because I can't get a good close cut with them, I swapped to this one. I had my replacement zip tie gun coming. It just hasn't made it here yet. So this is the part here that goes pretty fast, as long as you, like I said, have your prep ready. Do a few more here, and then I'll stop and come back to it after I have them all on there. When I get to the top, I want to show you how I'm going to lay them there at the top. just like that. Now I'm going to go up to here, and then I'll show you how I'm going to do it right in here, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have got this all up to here in that one, and I'm still going to be going in the same pattern down here, but I wanted to show y'all because the way this is, there is this one hole here on each side that is actually going to be shared a total of 3 with 3 zip ties in it, because you have these 2 here that's sharing a hole, and then you have this one that's sharing the hole with those 2, and it's that way on this one too over here. So, but I'm still going to be going down this way until I get to a certain point, and then I will have to change something up here so that you don't see the pieces, the ends here where it's going to be into the zip tie. Now out here on this one, this pattern it'll be going out like this, and same for this side over here. You're doing this just like this. Just like that. And that's the direction this will go, and I'm going to do the same thing on that side over there. Here in the center, I will be doing some florals in this. When I get to that point, I will come back with y'all and show you how I'm doing that. Okay, I have got this to the point here to where I've got all of my mesh loaded in it, just like this. And just reusing the center hose here, that's got, even though it's got the mesh in it right this moment, I'm reusing those hose again, and I'm just going over the top of those, and I am going to kind of just try to put as many in one zip tie. Let me put one here in the center too. Just like this. Oops. Trim the ends here just a little bit. When I have it all where I want it, I will go back and put a little glue across to kind of keep it held. I need to put the lilies kind of spread out here. And down. I've got them all with the zip ties, as you can see. Now for this part right here, to keep this from being seen, I'm just really going to start kind of using my hot glue and start gluing these in, like, you know, down in there. But before I do that, I'm just going to put a little strip of glue right here to kind of hold all these together, just like that. A little bit of glue on that. Start sticking them in there to kind of cover this up. Well, unfortunately, I'm out of these little flowers like this, but I do have this rose that's similar and got the little pink on it, so I'm going to use this one pretty rose right in the center of all of those. Just like that. Then, let's see, just going to kind of look around and see where I can put a little bit more of this greenery. I gently turn it over here. Y'all can see one of those came right through the crack. I don't like to clip that. What I'm going to do here is I am just going to go right here in the top. I'm going to come in through here, maybe. There it goes. Just like this, with a zip tie. Just a little bit, and that's going to be our hanger where we're going to hang it from. And that is going to be it. Let me hang this up and give y'all a better picture of it. Okay, there's the full wreath, and I think it turned out really pretty. I love beautiful wreaths made out of this kind of iridescent mesh. Even though the mesh is not my favorite mesh to work with, it still is very pretty. So there you have it. If y'all have any questions, just send them to me and I'll gladly answer those. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to my channel just yet, please subscribe, and I will keep making more content for y'all to see and hopefully help y'all as you're seeking to do the same thing. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.